friends, welcome to Get Healthy on the Railroad, sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama. We want to give special thanks to Bridge Street Gallery and Lofts for providing this beautiful space for us to record in today. I am so grateful that you could join us. My name is Leila and this is yoga. So find your mat and join me on your mat in a seated position, however you are comfortable in that seated position, whether your legs are crossed or heels are down, or maybe you provide a little wider seated position. Whatever works for you is perfect, all right? So bring your self down onto your mat, sitting up tall. Try to stack up your vertebrae one on top of the other. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears. I invite you to close your eyes so that you can come inward to your breath for a moment. You're going to close your lips so that you're breathing in and out through your nose. Bring your hands to rest on your lap or your knees, wherever they fall comfortably. Remain sitting up tall, lengthen through the spine. Maybe you can hear the sound of your breath as it comes in and out through the nose. Just take a couple of deep centering breaths here. I want you to feel like you can bring that breath all the way down into your belly. Sometimes I like to put a hand there on my belly, just below the belly button, to feel as I'm inhaling, I feel that the belly press against the palm, and as you exhale, it draws back in. Each inhale breath, maybe you invite the spine to lengthen a little taller. Each exhale, allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears. This posture brings calm, a little quiet to the mind, to the body. And as you move through each of your postures today, we'll keep focused on the breath. That breath is the key to unlocking a little deeper. Let's open the eyes and inhale. Reach the arms up and over your head. As you exhale, twisting towards your left side. You still stay long in the spine anytime you twist. My right hand's pressing against that outer part of the knee to help provide a little deeper twist. Watch this right shoulder. Try to allow the shoulder to drop away from the ear. Look around towards the wall, not the floor. I don't want your chin to collapse into the chest. Remain open. Inhale, reach back up tall, and exhale, twisting towards your right side. Lengthen as you twist. Look around behind you. Soften your left shoulder out of the ear. Inhale, back to the sky. Reach it up. Exhale, left arm down beside you. Reach up and over with the right arm, reaching towards the left side. Try to drop this right knee away from you. The right hip is grounded in your mat. As you get long through the rib cage on that right side, inhale to rise. Right palm is down. Reach up and over with that left arm. And as you're reaching with the left arm, your right knee is reaching away from you. This right hip remains grounded. Try to keep your gaze straight ahead rather than letting the chin turn down towards the floor. Keep straight ahead. Inhale, rise back up out of that. Walk your hands back behind you. They're out wide. They're wider than your shoulders. Roll the shoulder blades down and back. Get really broad through the ribs, through the upper, through the collarbone. Let the head drop back. Open across the throat, arching back a little bit. Inhale, come on back to vertical. Rise back on up. And I want you to release, shake those legs out in front of you. Wiggle out those knees a little bit. Flex the toes. Inhale, I'm going to turn this way. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. You're sitting up tall. Exhale, this is nice and gentle. Maybe the hands come down beside you, allowing the elbows to fall a little closer towards the earth. The crown of your head's reaching out over the toes. Finally, we're going to bring the chin a little further in towards the chest, looking in at the belly button. Inhale, unwind, sit all the way up. Get long this time. Reach the arms up and over your head. Pull the belly in towards the spine. You're in a nice L shape. Inhale, exhale, reach out long. Maybe the fingers reach beyond the toes. Maybe you could grab hold of the feet. If that doesn't feel accessible, wherever you can hold on to. If this feels like it's too much for your hamstrings, then maybe you choose to have a little soft, gentle bend of the knees. This is your practice, so you're paying attention to what your body is needing this today. Lengthen the spine. Use your hands to help draw the body longer over those legs. Still nice and easy, not going out full force quite yet. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And release the legs. Go ahead and come on up. And we're going to spin around. Take the knees around behind you, coming up onto all fours. We're going to continue to warm up the spine a little bit. So much tension can build in our spine through our day, and we're going to try to release that. Spread your fingers out wide. Your hands are shoulder width apart. Your knees are hip width apart. Inhale, and as you exhale, push through the floor. Round through the spine. Tuck the tailbone, look in at the belly button. As you inhale, arch the spine, lift the tailbone, slide the shoulders back and down, reach with the crown of the head. You don't have to look up very high, you can look out ahead of you a little bit. Exhale to round, tailbone tucks, pull the belly in, round through the shoulders, inhale to arch the back. Slide the shoulders down the back. One more time. Exhale as you round. Tuck the tailbone. Round through the spine. Inhale to arch. Slide the shoulders down the back. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Come back into a neutral spine and sit the hips back over the heels. Back into child's pose. Walk your hands out away from you towards the top of the mat. Your hips are sitting back over the heels. Reach with your fingertips, reach out long, straighten the arm, reach to the shoulders, inhale, and as you exhale, bend the elbows out a little bit wider, let the forearms sink to the mat, let the belly sink into the legs, maybe the forehead drops down towards the floor. This is one version of child's pose. We could take the knees out just a little bit wider towards the edges of your mat. Sit the hips back towards the heels. And now I've got a little bit wider room for my ribs to make room down towards the floor. This might cause a little arching in the upper back. You might, if you take your gaze forward, you literally get a little expansion through the chest, or alternatively, let your forehead drop down towards the floor. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Come up a little bit off your knees. We're going to bring the knees, if they were separated, bring them back a little bit closer together, just so that they're parallel, they're not touching. And walk your hands over off the left edge of your mat, over towards the floor. Sit your hips over the right heel. Already you're feeling a big stretch down this right side of your body, from the wrist through the shoulder to the hip. You're pulling your hips over the right side. Walk your left hand back towards the back of the mat. Look back towards that left hand. Maybe the head drops down towards your mat. Don't force it. Just slowly through each subsequent breath, just see if maybe you want to sink a little deeper towards the earth. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And then rise back up. Come away from the heels a little bit to walk over towards your right side of your mat. And you're not super far. This left wrist is just off the edge of your mat. Sit your hips to the left heel. Lower on down. Feel that great big extension down the left side body. Walk your right hand to the back. Look back. Get really long from fingertip to fingertip. Maybe the head drops down towards the mat. Don't force it. Just explore. You're just discovering it through the breath. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And then walk your hands back around, back and towards the middle of your mat. Come back up onto all fours. Let's tuck the toes underneath. Lift your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Your spacing is such so that you form a right angle with the hips. Your fingers are spread out wide. You're reaching the heels towards the floor. They might not touch the ground. That's fine. Lengthen through the spine. Go ahead and soften your knees just a little bit and see what that feels like. Sometimes that allows a little greater length in the spine.
Now let's walk it out a little bit. When I say walk it out, I mean just pedal the heels left and right, bending the knees. Maybe you want a little more movement. Maybe you rock the head side to side, the shoulders, the hips. Just explore. And let's go ahead and walk your feet up towards your hands, towards the top of the mat. Bend your knees a minute. Bring your hands to your opposite elbows. Drop your head down. And just sway a little here side to side. Letting the head just feel heavy. You're releasing any tension that's accumulated in the neck and the shoulders. Deep inhale, deep exhale, just swaying gently side to side. And then let the hands drop down towards the floor. Wiggle out those fingers and slowly rise up. Your knees stay softly bent. You're rounding up, stacking one vertebra at a time. Shrug those shoulders up into the ears and let them round down your back, standing at the top of your mat. Your arms are just resting down beside you. Nice. Inhale, reach the arms up over the head. Reach up towards the sky. Let's take hold. I'm going to face you back for a second. Take hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale, long through the spine. As you exhale, reach over towards your left side. Ground your feet into the mat. Get long through that right side body. Again, your gaze stays straight ahead rather than letting the gaze come down. Ground the feet long through the right side body. Inhale, rise back up. Let's switch the hands. I'm hold on to your left wrist. Lengthen through the spine. I want you to see this from the side. What I'm trying to do is let this left arm stay right here by the ear rather than traveling forward. I'm trying to keep it right here by the ear. Inhale, long through the spine, and exhale over to your right side. As you reach to the right, press down through the feet, ground the feet, especially that left foot, long through the ribs, reach, reach, reach. Inhale. As you exhale, what happens? You find a little deeper space. Inhale, come on back up. Release those arms down. Take them to the lower back. I've got my palms right here at the lower back. Elbows are back. Get really broad through the collarbones. Get really broad. Lift your heart up towards the sky. Open through the chest. Look up. Look back. Let go of any fear. Go ahead and go for it. Look back. Inhale, rise back up. Release the hands down beside you. Inhale the arms out to the side. We're going to soften the knees. Fold forward. Your belly button is pulled towards the spine. Your spine is long. You're folding all the way down. Hands touch down towards the floor. Walk it out a little bit. If they don't reach the floor, don't worry about it. Maybe they just hang here one more time. Let's take the hands and plant them down on the mat. Walk your feet towards the back of your mat. Watch how you're going to try to keep your shoulders right in line over the wrist. Reach back through those heels. Pull the belly towards the spine. Try to get really long with the tailbone towards those heels. This is your high plank. We're going to drop the knees down and try to keep that same straight line from your shoulders through your knees, through the hips. So you're not back here on all fours. Your hips are reaching forward. For these first couple ones, let's go all the way down, belly button to the floor. Try to tuck the elbows in. I'm going thighs, hips, belly, heart towards the mat, tops the feet to the mat. Roll those shoulder blades down the back and lift. You don't have to go very high. You could call this like a medium. This is cobra. Exhale, lower. Let's push back into child's pose, hips over heels. Tuck your toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog, long through the spine. Spread the fingers out wide. Reach the heels towards the floor. Change your gaze, look up towards the hands and walk your feet towards your hands. Inhaling, halfway up, maybe the hands towards the shins, elongate through the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up. Exhale your hands down to heart center. One more time. Inhale, reach. Sweep the arms up over your head. Exhale, fold hands to the floor. As you inhale, lift your chest halfway up. Just extend the spine. Exhale, deeper fold. Walk your feet towards the back of your mat. Little baby steps take you to the back of your mat. You're in a high plank. Your heels are pushing back. Your shoulders are right over the wrist. Your body is in one straight, strong line. You are so strong. Take the knees to the floor. Maybe this time, instead of touching the belly down to the mat, let's hover a little bit above the floor. Don't let your shoulders go any deeper than the elbows before you're inhaling into your cobra. Exhale, lower, tuck the toes, lift the hips into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Look forward, walk forward towards the top of your mat. Inhale, part way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Little wardrobe malfunction. Let's get everything tucked in. All right, moving on. We're building on to that basic sun salutation. You ready? Inhale, we're finding our strength, finding our flexibility. Reach the arms up over the head. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, lift the eyes, lift the heart. Exhale, deeper fold. Step your left leg to the back, followed by the right. You're in a high plank. Belly's pulled in. Arms are strong. Knees down. Chin and chest towards the floor. Inhale, sweep it through. Open into your cobra. Feel that expansion. Exhale, lower, tuck the toes. I'm going to pass through my knees on your way into downward facing dog. Take your left leg up high behind you. Stretch it towards the sky. We're bending this knee and stepping it inside the left hand. It does not have to get all the way up there towards the right inside. It could be back a little bit. Let's pivot this right heel down into the mat. Inhale, press into that left heel. Inhale, rise on up. Strong through your back leg, you arrive in your warrior one. Your shoulders are down the back, reaching with the fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, open into your warrior two. A little sigh of relief here. Kind of bend that knee a little bit, lower into it. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Let the left forearm drop to this knee, or to the thigh. Right arm reaches up and over, long through the spine. Reach with the fingertips again. It's trying not to shadow the face here. Your chest is not turned towards the floor. It's towards that side wall. Long through the spine. Maybe even you spiral. You drop this right shoulder down the back. I'm sorry I'm facing away from you, but I kind of want you to see the shoulder. Drop that right shoulder down the back and lengthen through the spine. It also sees this great new logo. Inhale, rise on up. Left palm faces up. And tilt to the back. You're opening to the left side body in your reverse warrior. Return to your warrior two. You're looking out over the front hand. You're looking where you're going. Take your hands down to the floor. Pivot off your back heel. Turn to the ball of the foot. And unwind. This left arm reaches towards the sky. Back leg is straight, energized. Your belly's pulled in. Exhale, hands to the floor. We're stepping this left foot to join the back. One straight line. Knees down. Chin and chest towards the floor. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips into downward facing dog. Other side. Right leg lifts up towards the sky. Step it forward inside the right hand. Pivot the left heel down to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one. Your shoulders are trying to remain square to the end of your mat. Back leg is straight, open through the heart. Turn to your side, then open your arms out. They're in one straight line. Soften that right knee, bend it a little bit. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, soften those shoulders away from the ears. Good. Right forearm to the thigh. I'm going to show you a different way. The first time we took our arm up over the head, you might, if that bothers your shoulder, sometimes it can catch, take your hand down to the mat and up and out, and it remains right here by the ear. That can feel a little gentler for a lot of people's shoulders. And maybe spiral that heart a little closer towards the sky. This left arm is straight and strong instead of curved and graceful. Elongate it. Get really strong through that back leg as you inhale, rise on up. Right palm faces up. and tilt to the back. The stretch should be here in the right side body, not the lower back. Come back to your warrior two. Windmill the hands down to the floor. Pivot off your back heel and unwind this right arm up to the sky. Exhale, hands down. Let's push off the back foot and come up towards the top of your mat. Inhale, partway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice job. One more flow. Let's inhale, reach the arms up over the head. Exhale, fold down towards the ground. Inhale, lift the eyes, lift the heart. Exhale, deeper fold. Lay the belly over those legs. Let's alternate the legs here. Step back with the right foot to the back, followed by the left into your high plank. Join me for this flow. Knees down, chin and chest towards the floor. Inhale, open through the heart. I'm keeping my elbows bent. Some people might come up a little bit higher. It depends on the range of motion in your low back. Exhale, lower, tuck the toes. Lift the hips into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Left leg lifts up high to the sky. Step it forward inside the left hand. We're going to go ahead and lower our back knee to the ground. Look how forward your hips stayed. I'm not back here over the knee. I'm well forward. My left knee is not going to travel ahead of my toes here. All right, inhale, arms up over the head. Big stretch for this right side hip flexor. Reach the arms up. Join the hands. Bend your elbows. Bring the thumbs back behind the head. I can kind of press my head a little against the hands to open the chest a little further, opening that hip flexor. Inhale, back to vertical. Take your left hand down to anchor it on top of this thigh. The right arm is going to drive, the elbow comes down across. This is going to be a yummy rotation. Hands to prayer and look over this left shoulder. Try to find some lightness between your thigh and your chest. Open a little bit. Breathe. Nice, healthy spinal rotation. Inhale, unwind. Arms up over the head. Exhale, take the hands down behind your back. I've got my left foot forward. I'm going to put my left pinky finger to the outside. Roll the shoulder blades down. Open through the chest. Lift the hands up away from the tailbone. Release the hands down to the mat. Rock this right hip right in line over your right knee. Flex your left foot. Inhale, long spine, look forward. Exhale, fold. This is an intense stretch for the hamstring. Be gentle. Deepen the breath. I'm never worried about how deep you go down towards that leg. I'd rather you find your depth in your breath, all right? So you can stay up a little higher and just find that deeper breath. All right, we're gonna make this a little tougher to rock a little side to side. Kind of really gets into those hips and glutes and hamstrings. Rock it side to side. Rock your hips to the right. Walk your hands over that left edge. Right now I'm still on the mat. Some of you are going to take it a little further, walking all the way over off the mat to the floor. Your hands are left, your hips are pulling right. Deep inhale, deep exhale. That's a tough one. Come on back around. Plant that left foot down, tuck the back foot under. We're rising up off your knee. You're going to take this left leg to the back. Watch this. You're going to step this left foot over the right and turn into a side plank. Exhale, hands down, back into your high plank. Lift the hips in the downward facing dog. Right leg lifts towards the sky. We're taking it to the other side. Step it forward. Lower that back knee down. Inhale, rise on up. Hold of the hands, drop the thumbs behind your head, Press the back of the head into the hands a little bit to give a little deeper back bend. Inhale, hands to vertical. Drop the right hand down to the thigh. Left elbow crosses your knee. Hands to prayer. And press against that outer part of the leg. Look over the right shoulder. Rotating. Breathing. Inhale, unwind, arms up over the head. As you exhale, take the hands down behind your back. This time, changing the opposite grip. Open through the chest. Bring the hands up away from the tailbone. Release those hands to the floor. Rock the hips back. Right in line over the left knee. Right foot flexes. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Breathe here. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Maybe we sway a little side to side. And then rock your hips over towards the left. Your hands come off that right edge of your ankle. They might be right there on your mat. Maybe you walk it around more towards the floor and you pull your hips to the left. Don't squinch the eyes or the jaws. Stay relaxed. Come on back around. Plant that foot down. Root the hands to the mat. Tuck that back foot under. You're rising up off the knee. We're taking this right foot through and to the back, into your plank, and open into the side plank. Reach towards the sky. Pull the belly. Exhale. Back into your high plank. Knees down. Sit the hips back over the heels and find your way into child's pose. Breathe here. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Go ahead and come on up. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. So we're going to bring the right knee forward behind the right wrist. Walk the left knee back. Inhale, long spine, open the chest. Exhale, fold. Maybe you make a little nest for your head to rest here. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Any of the tension that's built through your day, could you just leave it right here on the mat? And then press your hands down towards the mat. We're going to switch this out. Swap out the feet. Left knee comes forward. This is pigeon pose. You're tucking your right knee under. Walking that right knee back a little bit. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold it back forward. So you could stack your fist and let your forehead rest on the fist. If you want to go a little deeper, maybe you take your hands out ahead of you and lower the chest down over the leg, letting the forehead drop towards the mat. Remembering to always just find wherever you are, see if you can deepen your breath. Here, as you're folded forward, can you feel your breath all the way into the back body? Next inhale, take it back up, lifting up, and we're just going to slide over into this hip and swing your legs back around. Shaking the legs out a little bit in front of you. And go ahead and come into the center of your mat. We're winding down here. We're going to lower on down onto your mat. Bring your knees, invite the knees in towards your chest. Use your hands to help hug the knees in towards you. Maybe you want to rock a little side to side. Open your arms out wide. Let the knees rock over towards your left side. Try to drop the right shoulder down towards the floor. Maybe look away from those knees over towards the right hand. Your palms are face up towards the sky. Inhale, knees back through the midline. Let's let the knees drop towards the right. Open the arms out wide. Maybe looking over the left hand. I'm using my right hand to help guide the knees across a little deeper. Inhale back towards the midline. Let's take the feet down to the floor gently. Open the legs out long. Heels are separated. Arms are floating down beside you. Palms face up towards the sky. Wrists are against the mat. Leave a little space between your hands and your legs. Coming into Savasana. That concludes our practice. You are welcome to stay here as long as you can, as long as you're allowed. I'm going to help us back up. And as we conclude, I'm going to close our practice. Let's inhale the arms up and over the head, bringing the hands together towards your heart. Today, could we find positive thoughts in our mind, positive words for our lips, and intentions for our heart. Namaste. Again, thank you all for joining us for yoga at Get Healthy on the Railroad, sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back soon.